Good afternoon to all, and welcome to our fall release webinar. My name is Amanda Stellar, and I'm responsible for product communications at Inside Real Estate. We are so thrilled that you are able to join us today. We know how busy you are. We have exciting enhancements and new solutions to share during today's session, all of which are geared toward helping you to future-proof your business by leveraging the tools and technologies that kvCORE works tirelessly to provide to our valued customers. A few housekeeping items to note before we begin. This session is being recorded and it will be available to view via our Facebook and YouTube channels. A release recap is going to be published to our blog for reference within 24 hours. To ensure we can keep within the time frame allotted and get through all of this incredible content, we've muted webinar participants, but we do want to hear from you, and you are welcome to post your questions or comments within the Q&A. If you'd like to network with one another, please feel free to use chat, which is what we've all been following along with keenly. But note that it's not going to be moderated, so if you do have questions for the IRE team, ensure that they're posted within the Q&A specifically. We're going to do our best to answer all of your questions, and we appreciate your patience. There's quite a few of you. Any questions we may not get to live can be directed to either your customer success manager or to support@insiderealestate.com. If you are not a kvCORE customer and our out-of-this-world solutions pique your interest, please visit our website where you can request a demo with a member of our dedicated team. I would like to start by introducing today's speakers. Joining us are kvCORE's fearless leaders, starting with Joe Skousen, CEO, Nick Macy, President, Ken Katchke, Senior Vice President of Product, and Sean Roseman, Executive Vice President of Customer Success. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Joe, over to you.
Thanks, Amanda. I appreciate it. Guys, Amanda is a rock star, and she may or may not have had to deal with some last-minute slide changes within the last hour. But thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that.
My pleasure.
And it's really great to be with everyone today. It's, to be honest, it's a bit wild that we're in November of 2022 already at this point. And I haven't checked the stock tickers today very intentionally, so my ulcer is kind of still at a minimum at the moment. So it's been a little bit of a wild year. For those with us for the first time, or for some of you who maybe just need a little reminder, I wanted to just take a minute and introduce Inside Real Estate. And most of you likely know us for our #1 rated tech platform, kvCORE. If you've talked with us much or talked with me much, you probably also know some of the principles that drive Inside Real Estate, really what wakes us up every morning. And that is driving results for you. We view ourselves as a technology partner first and foremost. And we say that often. We mean every single word. But what does that really mean for us? For us, what being a technology partner really means is your business is our business, and your problems are our problems, your wins are our wins. And so really our #1 job is making sure that we find solutions that help power those results for every single one of you. And we take that job very seriously. And so, especially at a time like this, with a market like this, what does that mean about our commitments to you? We've got a couple of commitments that I just wanted to reiterate today. And if you flip to the next one there, Amanda, you'll see a couple of those. We feel very strongly that we have to put our money and our resources where our mouth is. And as we round out 22 and head into what is very likely going to be a challenging and exciting 2023, I want to reiterate those things for you. So #1, we are investing more than ever before in innovation, solutions, and capabilities that help differentiate your business and your unique value props. And so even though the market's tough, even though there are headwinds, we're doubling down and we continue to invest in innovation and solutions for you. We're also investing more than ever in support services and what we like to call operational innovation. Innovation isn't just for products, innovation is also for operations. And we're investing more than ever before in operational innovation, things that make you more successful, even in our services. And we're also making sure that any growth that Inside Real Estate has or enjoys, it translates into success for you. And so we're thinking hard about how do we make sure that any lift lifts you as well and drives your business forward. And so these are our commitments. We reiterate those today. We will continue to do that as we go forward into 2023 as well. And you will see some of this today. So as our team goes through, we've got fantastic folks, best in the industry, as they go through and share some of the updates with you today. You will see some of that, but I wanted to reiterate those commitments. Nick, maybe I'll hand it over to you to talk a little bit about the technology, the stack, and how we approach product innovation.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. It's great to be on with everybody today. This is these opportunities and webinars are one of my favorite times for us to be able to come and share with all of you the progress that we're making, be able to talk about it from a product perspective, as well as the rest of the things we're doing from an organizational perspective to help make your businesses more successful. I think we wanted to start off by talking about, our complete tech ecosystem and our approach really to product development. You could think about our platform as one seamlessly integrated set of products and solutions, everything from our kvCORE platform to the marketplace of additional tools and add-ons, to our Core Present listing presentation tool, to the new Core Listing Machine and Design Center, which we're going to spend some time talking about today, to our core back office product, all the way into our innovative new Core Home product that we'll spend a little time on today. If you think about our guiding principles, though, it really starts with this idea of a seamlessly integrated solution. And for us, we believe that that's really important because it allows you to spend less time on managing software and trying to figure out how to get different pieces of technology working together, and being able to focus on leveraging that software to help you grow and scale your business. And so, again, our guiding principle is to build these seamlessly integrated solutions that work just as well for an individual agent using the platform to scale up to the largest brokerages using the platform. And you can see some of the things like a robust API layer, a data processing layer, organizational management. Those are flexible capabilities that allow large brokerages to integrate with our platform, allow you to integrate third parties into our platform, and really to be able to create unique ecosystems that sit on top of our tech ecosystem. So again, very excited to be able to talk about some of these key components today. I think one of the next points I'd like to make is that, we are really committed, as Joe mentioned, to being the leading innovator and a solid technology partner for brokerages, teams, and agents. And if you look back at our year so far, including the things we're going to announce today, we really are committed to being on the front edge of bringing new functionality and new products that help you grow your business and weather whatever market conditions are out there. In 2022, some of the things I'd call out that have been well received, by customers, and you want to make sure you're aware of and have had the opportunity to use, would really start with our Sphere playbooks. In a market like this, it's really important for you to be able to nurture a sphere of influence and be able to tap into kvCORE's tools for helping to nurture and make sure that you stay top of mind when your sphere is thinking about a real estate transaction. Our Sphere playbooks really help you do that by helping to bring your sphere into kvCORE first, organize that sphere, and then bring the power of nurturing and automation to keep in touch with your sphere so that, again, when they're thinking about a real estate transaction or want to have a conversation about real estate, you're the person that they reach out to first. The Sphere playbooks are an excellent way to help you leverage the power of kvCORE to do that. A second one I wanted to hit on our product innovation that we've released this year is our new sell pages, which we featured in our last product release webinar. They're really home valuation landing pages. Those are included within kvCORE. They capture a customer's address and contact information and provide them with a lot of information about the value of their home, including 3 different AVMs, as well as a summary of market conditions, as well as a potential buyer data and a heat map. Really, all of that, though, is driven to help that consumer understand that they need to work with you as the expert to understand the value of their home. So we give them a lot of data and information, but encourage them to reach out to you as the expert. If you haven't had a chance to check out the sell pages and use those both with your sphere and with lead generation opportunities, really encourage you to do that. We've received a ton of positive feedback around them. All the way into things like our smart campaigns redesign, which make our smart campaigns easier to use than ever. Our featured areas builder, which helps you create new featured areas on your websites. We're going to talk about those today. Again, we are very committed to making sure that our products continue to get better and better, that we hear you as customers, and that we incorporate your feedback to make our products easier to use than ever. We're going to talk about some of these things today, but wanted to just reinforce this idea that we are super committed to continuing to innovate. How do we decide what we're going to do is an important question that we often get asked, and that really results in the things that you see today in terms of product development. But the key message to understand here is that we are listening. We have ongoing customer meetings. We take your input very seriously. Some of you that are active users of kvCORE have likely seen that question that pops up in the platform periodically that says, how likely are you to recommend the platform to a colleague or friend? That NPS metric we follow very closely, and we read every comment that comes in there. So if you have the opportunity to get that survey, know that we take it very seriously. We reach out to folks and try and understand their feedback better. We also take that all the way into understanding feature requests and doing user interviews. In fact, in our spring release, we talked about that new sell page, and we asked for volunteers to provide feedback on that product feature to beta it prior to releasing it. We heard from dozens, actually, I think even over 100 of you, an interest in betaing that product, and we were actually able to engage with you, help us get feedback to improve that feature prior to releasing it. And so we take very seriously the feedback of our customers. We try to understand what's going on in the market, and we use that to create our roadmap. We've reached out and spoken with dozens, maybe hundreds of folks this year to help us build our roadmap and some of the key releases you're going to see today. If you're interested in participating in that, you'll see within the chat widget that's in the bottom right corner of the interface of our products, there's a new opportunity to share your product ideas. That gets right in front of our product team's radar. You can click in the bottom right corner and scroll down there, submit your product idea, and you're likely to hear from us. And so, again, we appreciate that feedback. We listen to it very closely while trying to also understand and look ahead to see what's happening in the market. And we use those things to combine to build our product roadmaps that feed into the enhancements and iterative improvements we make to our products. And we're going to talk about some more of what those are today. So with that, let's go ahead and get into some of the content of what we're going to focus on in our fall release. And we're excited really today to be able to focus and bring three key areas to you. You know, Joe talked about our dedication to customer success and how we're investing more than ever. I would say just as important for us in being innovative from a product and software standpoint is being innovative in our success and support areas. And Sean is going to walk us through in a minute here some of those innovations that we've got today. We always know there's more work to do, but we're excited to share with you some of our progress and the innovative thinking and tools that we've been bringing to you in order to help you have a great experience with us. Second, we're going to talk about the enhancements to our kvCORE platform and new things that are in place and that are coming very soon. Ken's going to walk us through those today, and I'll talk about some of them as well that we're excited to share in terms of the specific improvements. And then finally, we've got a couple of new solutions that we're excited to talk to you about today that we're in the process of launching with specific customers and bringing to market more broadly over the coming months. And so with that, why don't we go ahead and jump into our dedication to customer success. Sean, over to you.
Thanks, Nick, and hello to everybody again. It's always a pleasure to be with you. And like I said, it's so great to see so many familiar names. I feel like I'm really starting to understand and get to know the customer base more and more each time we do these. So it's exciting for me. As the individual and kind of person who oversees a lot of our customer success initiatives, it's great to see, and I have a kind of a front row seat to many of the individuals who are helping you day to day. And I can tell you that their commitment, as well as their overall dedication to your success, has never been greater. We recognize our role in your business and in your success. And it's always just great to see the individuals and see how much they care and how much they work for your success. One of the things that we wanted to kind of highlight is that throughout 2022, we have continued to invest in our success services. by spending an additional $2 million in resources to bring you a higher level support experience, more training and resources to help you learn the product, and additional customer success resources that support accounts through our account management processes. We understand, again, where we fit and how we're, a big part of how you guys find success. And knowing that, we really want to make sure that you guys have the best possible support team available to you through the system. As we've continued through the year, one of the things that has been really important to us, and Nick mentioned our product innovation and also kind of hinted at some of this operational innovation. It's no secret that we as a business have grown this year in 2022. I think now we represent and support over 400,000 agents throughout the industry. And with that growth, obviously comes a bigger commitment and responsibility to make sure that we're doing things to ensure that you're successful. One of these innovations that's been really great for our team to not only implement, but also see results from this year is our streamlined onboarding. What we've been able to do is bring together some folks from our product team, our operations team, as well as our support team to determine where our human capital can best be spent in helping you get onboarded with our system. We've built a new onboarding wizard that helps your account to be set up on autopilot, again, streamlining many of the technical integrations that are required to get your platform up and running. Additionally, we've provided some in-product videos and training resources that are much more context rich and much more top of mind in your experience than having to go fumble through or find things in our help library, which is a great resource, but oftentimes you need those resources front and center. And we've spent a lot of time really thinking through that experience. One of the really amazing things about this innovation is what we're seeing is a 2 times higher adoption rate from individuals that have been able to go through this experience. Again, our hope is that our focus becomes more on your success and getting you to the KPIs that really impact the productivity of your business, and less about kind of the technical requirements needed to create the platform and get your system up and running. So again, we continue to innovate on the product, but also in this innovation category. Additionally, we just wanted to, I guess, reiterate and acknowledge it would be sure great if we didn't have to have a support team. But unfortunately, the laws of physics as it relates to software and running, a business of this scale, we do often run into challenges, and we have an amazing team that's available to help in those instances. And as I'm sure many of you have felt, there's been some big improvements in our response time, as well as our quickness to resolve issues that come to our team. But we did want to just reiterate how you get support, namely our platform chat tool, which is our primary way that we support you, our robust and frankly industry-leading learning portal that has hundreds of hours of courses and content for you to learn the platform and discover best practices, our help desk that gets into the nitty-gritty details of the platform, where if you have questions about text compliance or website compliance, anything that you might need is going to be found in the help desk. And then again, our industry leading training calendar, where we have hours on hours of live training content brought to you every day from some of the best trainers in the space. Our commitment has never been stronger. We hope you feel it. We hope you see it. And if you have further feedback or need additional support, feel free to reach out to me and the team. I know Amanda mentioned our support email, which is support@insiderealestate.com. We are eager and very much prepared to help you in all of the challenges that you face. You can go to the next slide, Amanda. And with that, again, I'm so excited by what we've been able to do to improve and bring better resources and more resources to you guys. But without further ado, the part you've probably mostly come to hear about and talk about is ultimately the kvCORE enhancements that our dear Mr. Ken will walk us through now.
Great. Thanks, Sean. And I just want to reiterate a couple things that have been said. As we jump in here to kvCORE enhancements, as I look through the names of those who are attending, I see a lot of folks who have been with us several times. Many of you have been with us for many years. And you know that my excitement for kvCORE is higher than ever. I love this platform. I've seen it change people's lives through changing their business and their productivity. And I think we've got some great things that are just on the cusp of delivering even more value for you. Our websites, I wanted to start with our websites a little bit here and talk about the focus of your personal brand on those websites. The websites have been great throughout our history in terms of speed to launch, connection to the MLS, data integrity. And we've got three enhancements I'm excited about. The first is we've got some great homepage designs that'll be available in kvCORE here within the coming weeks. So you'll just be able to go to Web and IDX, pick a design and have it instantly applied to the homepage of your website. Again, this idea of speed, of setup, of simplicity, and being able to pick and choose something that fits you and your brand. We also have two enhancements that are available today that many of you may have seen that we've released recently. The first, and one that I think is really exciting, is this featured areas builder. So this idea of owning your market and branding yourself to a specific market and featuring specific areas right on your homepage. We've released a builder tool that allows you to easily drop some photos in there, link to some searches, and get people started on a search much more quickly. The other one is this sold listing carousel. This is a great way to just kind of tout and enhance your website with your own personal portfolio of business, right? So listings that you've closed, whether those come from the MLS, whether you put them into kvCORE yourself through manual listings, you can now showcase those right on your homepage as well, as sort of a resume on the homepage of your website. So excited about these. Our commitment to you is that we will continue to innovate on the not only the homepage, but on the websites in general. This next one is interesting. I think, you know, anyone who has a cell phone or has had a cell phone in the last few years has noticed that the landscape has shifted quite a bit when it comes to phone calls and text messaging. So in a proactive effort to help you be not only compliant, but keep your text message deliverability high, we've made just a few updates. The first, as you can see here, is some identifier text, where you can choose to send either your company name, your office name, but this identifier text will be included on the first text that you send from kvCORE. This is something that we know that wireless providers are looking for. It's something that's going to help your reputation with them and keep your deliverability high. The other thing that you'll notice on there is this opt-out language. We are rigorously tracking the data on our opt-out rates, comparing that to not only the rest of the industry, but other industries as well that send a lot of text messages. And we're making changes monthly, really, to make sure and keep those opt-out and error rates really low. One of which that we've made that you've probably seen just in the last couple months here is you might see a note in your CRM that says that someone has put in a landline as their phone number. And so we've tagged those, we've made you aware so that you're not trying to text landlines anymore. And again, that will keep your deliverability and your reputation nice and high. The way that these folks are able to register to receive text messages on the website has also changed a little bit. We've added some new disclaimers, some language there. These are all things to protect you and keep you in line with compliance measures. So you'll hear more about this in the coming months, but just know that this is something that we're watching very carefully, and we're working with the providers to make sure that we're always on the good side of things. Great. On this next one, I think I want to turn it over to Nick just a little bit to talk about Property Boost. If you're not familiar with Property Boost, you're about to be. This is such a great product. It's existed for several years now. We've got a lot of data behind it, and we're always making improvements. And the one we've got today is an exciting one. So, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. So I wanted to give a rundown of Property Boost for those who aren't familiar. This is one of our most popular tools within the platform, and it's really a tool that allows you to go and market and promote a listing through the various stages of its life cycle. So when you've got a new listing, maybe you've got a price reduction, those are starting to happen more often, open houses, or sold listings. This is a really powerful tool that allows you to go and market that listing, promote it, and through that promotion, generate leads for yourself, but also really show your seller that you're working hard to sell their home. And it's a great mechanism that's very well integrated into kvCORE. The leads that you generate flow directly into the platform, and then the communication back to your seller happens automatically as well. So this has been a very popular way for people to come and promote listings through each stage of their life cycle. And that promotion happens on Facebook and Instagram. And again, the leads that you generate flow into the platform, and you can communicate value back to your sellers with that automatic reporting. Just some kind of updated numbers in terms of the success folks are having with Property Boost today. You know, people are seeing an average of $5.60 cost per lead. For the average Property Boost that's run, they're getting 12 leads and almost 2,000 impressions. And this is really a great way to stay top of mind with likely buyers and sellers that are generated through that Property Boost. It's a very easy way to come and market and promote your listing. And again, communicate value back to your seller when you're out there in the market. You can see the text message that the platform actually sends back to the seller of the home when you're out promoting the listing on their behalf. So again, it works a multitude of different ways and benefits you as an agent, because you're able to successfully communicate to your seller how hard you're working to promote their home while generating leads and getting them into that powerful kvCORE automation that can help nurture them and stay top of mind over time. I think what we're excited about talking about today is a new mode for Property Boost that allows you to come and set a budget and boost all of your listings automatically at each stage of the life cycle. You'll see this both in the Property Boost interface. You can choose to enter into this mode going forward, but also reaching out to our account management team. You can sign up for this, and it really comes in, allows you to boost all of your listings automatically, subscribe at a flat kind of amount per month, and then rolls that into an ongoing advertising program over time if you fail to use that whole amount, or allows you to exceed that amount if you choose to do that. And so you can come in and choose to promote these listings, run it in an automated fashion. And we've seen a lot of success with this for teams and brokerages as well that come and get this subscription for their agents and use it to attract top agents as a benefit to them to come and promote their listings on an ongoing basis. And so for those who haven't seen Property Boost, I'd really encourage you to check it out. It's in the Marketplace tab within the kvCORE Marketplace. There's this new subscription option that allows you as an agent, team, or brokerage to automatically boost listings on an ongoing basis, and then have additional brand promotion that occurs on top of that as part of what's left over after you've boosted your listings. And again, this is one of the highest ROI tools that we've seen agents, teams, and brokers use to go and promote listings at each stage of their life cycle.
Nick, can I interrupt you as well?
Please,
I promised Amanda I'd go off script at least once during the call today. So, you know, one of the things about that subscription Property Boost, or any of the Property Boost modes, guys, in a market like today, you use a listing every possible way you can. You get as much exposure as humanly possible for every single listing. There is nothing that communicates to potential sellers that the market is still going, and potential buyers that the market is still going and it's still running, than seeing your face around listings as often as possible. And that really is what some of these products help to accomplish. And so use them as much as you possibly can. Get every kind of bit of exposure out of that. That's the best possible thing you can do kind of for your listings in this kind of market.
Agreed. And for those who are active Property Boost users, you might know that you can now connect the branding of these advertisements to your individual page. So back to Joe's point, you can become really that branded expert in your area by promoting listings and being seen as a person who is out and able to continue to drive listings in an area. That kind of brand presence gets built through that mechanism. So really encourage people to check out that aspect as well. I think next we're going to talk and jump in and talk about some new and updated solutions we have in the portfolio. We've got a few of these today we'd like to talk about, starting with the new Core Listing Machine and Design Center. And for those of you who followed along, we've been talking about a refresh of this product for some time. The Core Listing Machine and Design Center is a really beautiful, refreshed and new product that brings a ton of new functionality at play. And if you think about what are some of our guiding principles and why did we come and build this platform, it really starts with this concept around being able to have that seamless integrated platform. And the Listing Machine and Design Center allows you to build beautiful marketing templates for promoting listings. So these are print and digital assets, including listing videos, single property web pages, all kinds of different print templates like door hangers, all the way into listing flyers. And it allows that to be seamlessly automated and generated within the platform. And by coming in and setting this up, it's very simple and easy to use. So one kind of can be defaulted to on and set up and ready to run. It will start producing those assets for you, send you an email and a text message that says, hey, your new listing kit assets are available, easy to use, are ready to use. You can come and get those, get them printed or promote them online. But again, very simple and easy to use out of the box with beautiful templates. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the templates that are available today. It allows you to create these customizable listing kits. So for brokerages or teams or agents that want to have customization around this, there's an ability to come in and create custom kits and custom templates that allow you to go and promote those listings, promote those, create digital and print assets in a highly automated fashion. The key piece being seamlessly integrated into the kvCORE platform. So back to one of those guiding principles that's so important that we hear about from customers regularly is, I don't want to have to go to one place to get my print asset for my new listing and then have that not integrated with my CRM. So when I go to distribute it, they get disconnected. I think as you go and see this product, you'll see how seamlessly it's integrated into the kvCORE platform, such that when you're in the listings portion of the platform or in the smart CRM, you can really see the power of the integration of the new Core Listing Machine and Design Center. So I'll maybe turn it over to Ken to talk about some of the specifics of this new and refreshed platform and how we're getting that out to folks who are customers of Core Listing Machine and Design Center.
Cool. Thanks, Nick. As with all of our new product launches or rebuilds, this is something where the team has spent hundreds of hours speaking with you, speaking with folks in the industry. And also we've gone outside the industry and looked at other solutions that you might be using that are not real estate specific and said, how can we learn from those? And we knew it had to be simple and easy to use. We knew it had to have gorgeous, beautiful templates. We knew it had to be customizable, and it all had to be built on top of the seamless automation that kvCORE provides. And so this idea of taking something, a listing from the MLS and getting it all the way to your printer with those thoughts in mind has been our goal. And we're very excited to announce that in early 2023, we're going to be rolling out a whole suite of automated solutions that lighten your load and make you look really good, honestly. So first, let's talk about Core Listing Machine and Design Center. These two are kind of a pair here. Core Listing Machine is a product that many of you have heard of. It's been reimagined and rebuilt within kvCORE. This thing is an automation powerhouse with customizable listing kits that auto-create and post to social media based on rules that you set up, things like property type, geography, price. You'll be able to market your listing at each stage of the listing lifecycle without lifting a finger. So not just when the listing hits the MLS, but anytime there's a price change, anytime there's an open house, or even when it sells, those will trigger the automation. And those kits will be delivered to you via text message, via email, and of course, directly in your kvCORE platform. The Design Center is the companion suite here. It's a library of professionally designed assets, both print and digital. So obviously things like flyers, postcards, but also Instagram stories, Instagram feed posts, TikTok style videos, all of this auto-branded to the agent, the team, or the brokerage. And then finally, we've also gone and rebuilt this amazing product, Core Social, and architected it right into kvCORE. So with Core Social, you can set some preferences, and then our professionally written content will be automatically posted to your social media. Articles, holiday posts, and even listing searches and squeeze pages can all be scheduled and added to the calendar. So really this idea of set it and forget it with automation just driving everything for you. We've got some more details here. As Nick mentioned, and on the next slide, we've got some details around these listing videos. So historically, we've seen a lot of listing videos in the space that are just a very simple slideshow with some nice music. How about the idea of being able to embed this directly into your Facebook page, even splice in some custom intro from the listing agent, maybe even a video of walking around and giving a tour of the property to go along with it. All of that in one place. Property sites have been something where it feels like have had a bit of an identity crisis in the last 5 years. Are they useful? Does anybody even find these valuable? What we've got is a very simple and elegant solution, a good way to showcase your listing, really highlights the listing, highlights the agent, and has a couple hooks in there to capture some buyer interest and get you some leads. Next, after these, let's talk a little bit about the design center itself. So on the next slide here, with Core Listing Machine and Design Center, you get this one sort of central place. You get access to a stunning library. The assets in there are just beautiful, modern. They're grouped into families and kits for easy selection. These will be refreshed often. And the best part is you can send us your custom design so that we can add your brokerage kits or your team kits right into the library. So you've got this beautiful, robust library from us, and then the library that you, the broker, or you, the team lead, can provide to your agents. Building a kit's really easy. Your agents will also get an editor experience that allows them to go in and make adjustments, right? If they don't like the cropping of the photo or if they want to change some text, there's a nice editor that comes along with this product as well. And then, of course, let's talk about the designs themselves. So on the next slide here, this is just a sneak peek of some of the incredible designs in the Design Center library. We didn't hold back on quality here. We ran this through so much testing. And again, thank you. I see some names of attendees here, folks who have given us feedback along the way, have beta tested these in the market for us. We hired an in-house design team, and they boast decades of experience working for some of the most envied brands in real estate. Very proud of this team, and I think the results are just stunning here. So I hope this has been a good sneak peek. I do have one more slide on Core Social. I see a couple questions flying in about that, so I want to talk about Core Social for a second. This may be the most set it and forget it product that we've ever built. Your social media feeds will be refreshed with intelligent, professionally curated content as often as you choose. You could post daily, weekly. You won't miss a holiday. You won't miss a shift in the market because our content will address the current state of the market. So you're always made to be a thought leader. You'll pick the content categories, the cadence, and you go ahead and pick your social platforms, and then just let us take it from there. Very excited for this. Again, all new products, completely refreshed, built into kvCORE, and very excited for this rollout here just in early 2023. Great. We're going to go over to Joe. Joe, the mic is back to you, sir.
Thanks, Ken. This is such exciting stuff here. Just a ton of updates, and hopefully you are seeing those updates come through for those things that have already been released. Keep your eyes peeled for some of the upcoming releases that Ken was talking through. If you are not seeing some of that, talk to your account owner, the person who kind of owns the account. If you don't see some of that in your account today, they may need to go and make sure that they've got something like the Core Listing Machine solutions or whatever as you go. So Core Home, we've talked about Core Home previously, and what's important to remember is this is really around what we call the battle of tomorrow. Historically, you had to think about, hey, can my tech have the right CRM solution? And are my websites powerful enough? And all of those sorts of things. We continue to keep you on the edge of those technology solutions. But tomorrow, you're really fighting a different battle. Your consumers demand that you really are at the center of their relationship with real estate. They want you to be the professional that can advise them on all aspects of that. And that's who you want to be. You want to be the person who can really talk with them across their entire home ownership life cycle. And so the consumers are demanding this. It's also a reality that there is a lot of what we call big dog competition out there. People coming in with a lot of tech dollars and kind of fighting you for that position with the consumer. It's also a reality that brokerages, teams, and agents need to figure out how to tap into full homeownership lifecycle revenue. So that's what has driven us here, and the pillars that we've built a solution called Core Home around. If you haven't heard of that, we'll tell you a little bit about it today and give you some of the updates. Feel free to go back and check out some of our prior webinars. So we're very excited about the progress we have made. Nick, I'm going to throw it over your way to give us a little bit in terms of some updates on Core Home.
Yeah, that sounds great. Thanks, Joe. We're really excited about the progress, that we've made with Core Home to date. It's really become, as I think we've talked about in the past, this idea of a client kind of life cycle solution where you've got a great way to engage with your customers all the way through their real estate life cycle, from the point where they're living in their home and thinking about how do I, what's the value of my home? How do I think about a new mortgage or refinancing? What types of repairs do I think about? To the time they're starting to think about a new home and what do I list, or what kinds of homes might I be interested in, all the way into kind of the transaction element and thinking about how do I get into my new home? What are the steps to get me there, and helping them understand that process, all the way back into living in a new home again. And today, we've really been able to find a successful launch with Core Home on mobile web, and within mobile apps that are completely white labeled and branded to the brokerage and the agent, and delivers on that, the beginnings of that life cycle functionality, where consumers can come in and see their current home value and market trends. They can see what's going on in their area, gives them lots of interesting insight, and gives them a way to engage around that's unique and different, allows them to give their perspective as to how their home compares to others in their area, which has turned out to be an engaging feature of the platform. They can begin searching for their next home, a really portal grade search experience and filtering experience that helps blend the expertise of you as the agent into that experience and really drives them to engage and collaborate with you. There's all kinds of ways that consumers can really treat this as their primary way of thinking about real estate, their own real estate today, and what they're looking for in the future, and you at the center of that as the agent. And so it's very exciting progress that we've seen. If you go to the next slide there, Amanda, I think it's really something that over time we're continuing to build out into that full life cycle, where you've got this really guided experience around the transaction itself, and thinking about how do I get a mortgage, or how do I think about the steps of a transaction in the process? What milestones should I be thinking about? How do I communicate with my team with the agent at the center around where I am in my experience? Today, we've really built out, a lot of the experience around their current home and thinking about their next home, and that engagement with you as the agent as we look to the new year, starting to get that journey of moving through their transaction life cycle becomes even more important. I think the most exciting thing for me, though, is really the outcomes that we've started to see with this for customers that have the Core Home experience. As we've been able to launch this new experience for consumers, we see that customers on Core Home are 100 times more likely to save the search that they're looking at. That gives you, the agent, much more insight into what they're looking for and helps you create conversations with them. We see that they're 756 times more likely to visit and engage on a daily basis as they were before, and that they're 30 times more likely to initiate a conversation with their agent. If you think about our guiding principle, really what we're trying to do with this stage of Core Home is really create that ongoing conversation from consumers to their agents, so that you stay top of mind for them when they're ready to do that real estate transaction. We know that the gap between transactions can be a long time, and we want to make sure that you as the agent stay top of mind for them as they go through that Core Home experience. If you're interested in learning more about Core Home, you can have the person that's responsible for your kvCORE account reach out to their account manager, who can provide them more details around the experience itself and the rollout and opportunities for getting into Core Home. Maybe I'll pass it back to you, Joe, to talk about recruiting, retention, and kind of other new solutions on our radar.
Hey, thanks, Nick. Man, the Core Home stuff is super exciting. I'll tell you what else we have seen. As technology gets better, and as the pressures around real estate force you to get more and more efficient every day, the lines between your kind of front office solutions and your back office solutions start to blur a little bit, and you have a need to become more modern and more efficient in some of the other areas. One of those areas is really around what we'd consider recruiting, but also retention and growth coaching. This is an area where the need is for, if you are an office manager or a broker or a team leader or someone like that who is thinking about helping to make sure that your team or your company or your brokerage is really as successful as it should be and as efficient and as productive as it should be. You need a modern solution. You need it to be data driven. You need to be able to visualize and see those results. And you need to be able to coach to an ROI and drive immediate action. And so all of those needs, we have seen that for a while. We are very excited to have announced our acquisition of a company called AmpStats. And AmpStats is a solution that brings those characteristics together. We will talk more about it and we'll tell you more about what we're doing with that as we go. But rest assured, if you have an account with Inside Real Estate with kvCORE, you can also add on AmpStats recruiting, retention, and growth coaching solutions here very shortly. And so we're excited to talk more about that. If you flip to the next slide there, yep, perfect. You can see a quick little screenshot about that shows you how some of the data is pulled up and visualized for you. But really, AmpStats and some of the recruiting and retention solutions will be incorporated into a seamless experience with your kvCORE platform and solution. And so we're excited to kind of share that with you, and more to come on AmpStats recruiting, retention, and growth coaching, as well as some more back office solutions as we go. So if you toggle to the next one, what we would encourage you to do is, if you've gone through the webinar, you're seeing some things you like, maybe some things you didn't know were there, we'd encourage you to go seek out some of that training. We have a lot of training. There's training sessions linked right from your dashboard. Many of the tools are right there in your dashboard. Have a conversation with your account owner, if that's not you, and reach out to our account management team like we've talked about. This is as I mentioned when we started, this is a market where we know we're going to see a few challenges ahead. We know we'll see a little bit of wind blowing against us. There are as many opportunities as there are challenges. Use this time to get more efficient, better, and in your business, and leverage our team to help you do that. If you have additional questions, reach out to your account manager. Reach out to us through support@insiderealestate.com. We'll give you that, or we'll give you the link to the recording here. As always, if you're not yet a customer of Inside Real Estate, feel free to go to our website. We've got folks who are more than happy to kind of take you through some of those solutions. But most of all, thanks everyone for joining us today. We're excited to work with you and drive your success. Thanks, everyone.